All right, welcome to the Sport of Kings. My name is St. Crane with Brian the Grizzly, and
What's
we are
up,
going to talk
Jazz?
about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We both saw it this past weekend. I think we saw it both during the week too.
Yeah, I saw it on
Thursday.
Thursday at like 4:00.
Okay, I saw it on Friday, so it was nice in the middle of the day. So, but it is number one in the box office. Everyone's talking about it. It is like the movie everyone's talking about right now. So we're gonna obviously we have to talk about it because we're big nerds and big fans and big movie fans.
Exactly.
So how we're gonna do this? We're gonna talk about the good stuff we liked, some of the bad stuff, and then we're gonna get to our official ratings for it. We're gonna rate it, and it's full warning, put the warning here. We are talking about spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, pause this video right here and then come back after you see it and let us know in the comments what you think about it. But right off the bat, do you have a synopsis, or does it need a synopsis?
I mean, we could always get it up. I mean, why not?
Okay, I got one real quick. I just so happened to have one because I was looking at the box office scores. So a quick little rundown of what it is. Still reeling from the loss of Gamora, Peter Quill rallies his team to defend the universe and one of their own, a mission that could mean the end of the Guardians if not successful. So
that's a pretty good one. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Not too much, but yeah. So we'll get into some of the good stuff first. Like I said, full spoilers. So what are some of the things you liked about this one?
Everything. So let me just start at the beginning. I enjoyed it show how Peter Quill is dealing with all the stuff. I enjoyed how you see how the team is reacting. Everyone was acting within their character. Like, as far as the character development, where they were left off, that's how they were acting. So Nebula wasn't acting different just because all of a sudden she's supposed to be the good guy. She was still within that character where she was in her development and how she was going from this point B to point C. Like, we didn't jump anything from that. Same thing I gotta say about Groot and Gamora and all of them. They were back basically exactly where they were. And we saw more character, more development of them there. They took the story from where it was and they really just enhanced it and kept it going along with every single character. And they didn't miss out anything. I loved what they did with Adam Warlock. I thought that was actually good because what James Gunn was going to do. I thought that was right up his alley. I was glad Will Poulter didn't have to, be uber serious right away, and give him an opportunity to be stupid and then kind of grow into the character a little bit. I loved Rocket. Rocket was so good. His development was good. Layla was so good. Oh, all those. Oh my God. Broke my heart. How many times I could cry? I didn't know. I know. Like, it was like, my kids said, "Daddy, are you crying?" I was like, "No, something's in Daddy's eye."
For the next hour.
They did so many cool things, like having that other Earth. That was very cool. Giving us flashbacks, but not making the entire movie full of flashbacks. That was so good of doing. I did not like Gamora. Like, I liked her where you left her, but I wished that she was going to do a little bit more. But I was happy that Peter was able to kind of get over what happened with him, with them, and how even Gamora and Nebula, how their relationship was. That was cool too, But I think the number one thing I loved was the use of family. Without, Vin Diesel family, I know that's all so crazy. That's the thing, but they really were a family. How they're willing to give up everything for Rocket. Like, this is my brother. This is it. He's my best friend. I will do anything for him. And that's what they were. They were a family and they were willing to do whatever. And I love the feeling that we got throughout the movie. And I love Drax. I love what they said about Drax when she said, "I know where you are. You were born to be a father." And the way he interacted with those little kids and how he was just the life of the party and just so good for those kids. It was it warmed my heart. I loved it. So yeah, I know it's a long list of stuff, but I loved this movie.
Yeah,
and I couldn't talk about it because no one else saw it. I was like, oh my god.
Well, you had to wait a whole day.
A whole day. I was like, 24 hours. This is crazy.
Yeah. This was, man, like, like Horror Geek said, I love Rocket so much. Yeah, I mean, this really put it out there. And then a kid started sobbing after what happened to Layla.
Oh my gosh. That was so hard.
That was, oh man. But that was another thing, like you said about the flashbacks. I thought the flashbacks were done really, really great, because it's hard to do it sometimes, because either you put too much flashback all at once, or sometimes it doesn't feel like it's in the proper order. Yep. Like here, it felt like, I mean, obviously it's a flashback, so it should be in order, but there's times it just feels like it doesn't belong in the time that they actually do the flashback in the main story. Yep. Every time they cut to a flashback, it made sense why they cut back to that Rocket part, and then it just got more and more emotional with it, even like that, like when he first reaches in the cage and it's just like just hand of doom, and that, I thought that was like really interesting. And it followed his transition from being in a coma and all that stuff. It made perfect sense along with it. Yeah. But I mean, it goes from sad to super sad to you're crying. It's like, I'm not crying, you crying. Yeah. So it was a lot, just that. Considering hearing Floor say Rocket Teeth, Floor go now. Then eventually going to silence, it was heartbreaking. Yeah, that was, oh my god, it was. I mean, and that's the crazy thing. It's like he introduced these characters, and we only see them in flashbacks, and so we only see them little bits here and there, and how quick we get connected, especially to Layla, because she was the main one. But even like Teeth and Floor, like I want to know more about Teeth, like why does she got that thing? You're like, is it the new mouth, or is it covering up the mouth because like she's got a monster in there, or like I'm curious about that, and stuff like that, and then just, oh my god, like it was so much. Right, just the Rocket part was a lot, and then you had the whole Gamora thing. For me, I thought that was really good what she did, and I'm glad James Gunn didn't go down that road, because like that was the whole will they won't they kind of thing. And then at the end of number 2, it's kind of like, oh, they're a couple and stuff like that, like, okay, like they actually love each other. And then what happens in Infinity War and Endgame and all that stuff. And I was afraid they were going to bring her back, and he and her were going to have this like will they won't they again, and instead it's like it's Star-Lord trying so hard to get her back, and finally she just snapped. She goes, I'm not her. Like, I'm not this person. I think she at the end of the movie she accepts like maybe why the other version of her would have. She understands. Stayed. She understands what's going on with them, but that wasn't her family. But it wasn't her family. Like, she doesn't understand any of that. So, but I think she kind of starts to realize, okay, like I get what's going on. But for me, like I really like number 2, and people hate number 2, and after this movie, I think you can appreciate number 2 even more, because number 1 was them coming together. These band of misfits coming together to save the world or galaxy or whatever. And then number 2 was like them realizing they're a family. Like unintentionally realizing like, oh shit, like we're a family. And in this one, it's like we will kill whoever we need to save one of us, and we will die trying. What I mean? So it's like, coming together, finding out, and then actually showing that like you have this love for each other. So that's why I was like, this is how, like, for me, like that one made it even more, because like if it wasn't for number 2, I don't think you would have got that connection of like how much they all love each other. Even Yandu, who wasn't even in this one. I mean, well, it was like a little ghost vision, but it was just like interesting, for Kraglin,
Yeah.
you know, was pretty fun character, you know, because him developing his powers, you know, and then him and the dog Cosmo I thought was great, you know, like the
I didn't
you're a bad
understand what
dog.
Cosmo was doing and all that time, and then I realized, oh, she's able to like create barriers, or able to create a seal.
Yeah, she like telekinesis, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah. She like pulled it in so tight, it was like airtight and stuff like that. But yeah, that's from the comics and stuff. But man, it was just really, really great. Groot, I thought looked good. I thought the CGI was really good.
Yeah.
I thought the CGI was super on point with it, you know. But even like Nebula being, you know, as much as she was, but you can tell like her face, they didn't do that much CGI.
Yep.
You know,
it was a mask or something. Like you could see.
Yeah, like it was like painted and prosthetics and stuff like that. But obviously her arm, you know, the nanotech kind of thing, you know, and just how like, man, and it starts off. It starts off with hitting you hard with Peter being drunk, you know, in his feelings and stuff.
Yep.
And Nebula is like, now she's the replacement mother of it, because it was Gamora. It was Gamora and Peter were the mom and dad. But what happens when the mom is gone? You know, like you get like a stepmom or like or somebody else comes in to fill that role, and that was Nebula.
It's like an aunt. It was like you imagine like the aunt came in and trying to replace the role, and you couldn't do it because there's nothing there for her.
Yeah,
like, we don't have that same relationship.
Yeah,
but then she's finding her own way in that family too, and that was so cool. And her relationship with Rocket, how it grew and all that, it just was so good.
Yeah, because you forget like Rocket and Gamora, or Rocket and Nebula were still there during the blip. You know, they don't really talk about it that much in this one, but they were the only two left. So that was 5 more years of just them together, just them two. You know, all the rest of the family was gone. So I think Rocket being like kind of the true leader of, or like almost like the unofficial leader throughout the rest of the movies. Now you can kind of go back and watch it like, oh yeah, like it was Star-Lord, but it was really, you wouldn't have the team without Rocket. You know?
Yeah, but that was good at the end of the movie, seeing Rocket, you know, him saying, no, you already have a leader.
Yeah,
and he'll be the best leader of everybody.
Yeah.
But once again, it hits differently when it's coming from your best friend.
Yeah.
You know, like it just hits differently. Like, wow, you really do believe in me. You know, all the bad that I've caused, all that gets kind of water under the bridge because it still doesn't take away from my character. And I think that's kind of where it came from.
Yeah. But
I got to say, Mantis had a really good character. You know, the way her arc went. Oh my God, I loved it. Mm-hmm. Even her realizing that she can be who, and she was the one realizing like, oh no, we keep on calling Drax stupid. He's not stupid, you know, or he's not just stupid. He's more than what you're trying to make. Trying to box people into these little boxes and these little squares so you can easily explain. That's not what they are. Mm-hmm. There's more to them. His feelings. He's very literal, but doesn't mean that he's not something great inside. And she realized by saying all those things that she's talking about herself too. And that she's not helpless little thing. She doesn't need anyone. She could still be strong and go out in the world and be by herself and be okay. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, because she was always like with somebody. You know, she was with Ego and had to take care of Ego. You know, now she's with this team and she never was able to find herself because she was always with somebody. So like, yeah, her ending was great. You know, everyone's ending I thought was really good. You know, even Drax ending was cool. Oh, well, real quick, with that scene where you said, you know, her and Nebula were arguing about Drax being stupid, and then she like made him forget. I was like, ooh, is that crossing a line?
Oh, definitely.
You know, is that crossing a line? Because like, I get why she did it, but also it's like, damn, you know, like that's borderline. Because she said it earlier. She was, you know, the whole joke of like, oh, go touch him, you know, to make him feel better, you know, like, which was like, oh, not like that, you know. And she said like, oh, we don't manipulate emotions of friends, and then she did it. but she did it for a good reason, but she still did it. So now that, there's that whole ethical dilemma of like, I did something bad, but for a good reason, and it's like, was it bad or was it good? Should she have done it?
Well, I guess it doesn't matter because Drax is not going to be in any of the movies, so she's good.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, I know that, but one thing is the whole time we said they're going to kill at least 2 people.
I know.
Sure, they didn't kill anyone, not one person. They came close. Live. They came close a few times though. Drax got hit. He got his face bashed in by Adam Warlock, and then he got shot twice by this giant gun that like almost killed him. And the whole time you're like, oh, Rocket, he's gonna die, right? He's gonna die. So
even when he needs to live, then all of a sudden look, he's about to die.
Yeah. So there we go. I'm kind of glad they didn't kill anyone at the end of this movie, because I'm like, I was preparing for that to happen, but at the end I'm like, I like that because Drax, I thought like he's gonna go be with his real family, his biological, or his daughter and his wife, but instead because he
became a dad and be able to help all those lost kids and be there for all of them.
Yeah. So I was like, I really like that. It was like, well, now you get to be a dad to a bunch of kids, and you can help. That's
also lost their parents.
Yeah,
that understands what you've been through. You can help them through what they're going through.
Yeah.
So I thought that, it's like it's a story that he deserved, that Drax deserves, and I thought that was great.
Yeah. So one last thing before I move on to some comments, and then we'll get into the bad stuff, is the whole time Gamora doesn't understand Groot. He says, "I am Groot," and she's like, "Yes, I know." It kind of like going back to number 1 with Peter and Groot, but everyone else, Drax, even Nebula, Peter, they all understand what Groot says now. They understand, except for Nebula. And then there's the one part in the movie, right, when you think it, he's gonna say it again. He says, "I love you guys," and I'm like, okay, is that because now we spent so much time with this character because we understood him? So like, what I mean? Like that's what I kind of took it as, like, oh, now we understand what he's saying.
I thought that Vin Diesel got $10 more million and he was like, hey, I'll say some other words, man.
I can say a couple more words.
Exactly, just because. Yeah. And I thought he was going to say family.
Oh, my
family.
God. It's like they just cut it from the Fast and Furious somewhere. Yeah.
Oh,
it pulls out a Corona.
And it goes, he's already in space.
Yeah.
Duct tape.
Yeah. But that was one thing I thought, like, it was stuck in my head, like, afterward for a while. I was like, did he learn a different word, or
we just understand him so much now that we're able to get it? Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of like interesting. And I kind of want to see what James Gunn says about that.
Well, Horror Geek just answered for you, so can't wait.
There you go. Yeah. Yes, James confirmed that the audience now understands Groot. Yeah. Okay. So that's good. Yeah, because that's what I kind of took out of it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool way to put it. Sorry, let's go through some of these comments and we'll get into some of the bad stuff. Toxic Gamer said, as soon as they died and Rocket was scratching the high evolutionary, I was going in my head, tear him up, tear him to other pieces, Rocket. Yeah. I wanted to see him like, I mean, I guess he did rip off his nose.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see him like just go insane on him, which he did. Movie rule 101: if I don't see a body, they're not really dead. Yeah, a high evolutionary is definitely still alive. I hope so. He was an interesting person, and I wonder if he just uploads his mind to another vessel. Because then you can get away with recasting if you want it, if the actor didn't want to come back.
Yeah,
and then but him, I forgot what his name.
Chuck Woody he was great. And he was great in Peacemaker too. So I mean, he's going to be there. Yeah, he's going to be there.
So, and I don't think I actually hated a villain in the MCU until this. Yeah, which had never happened to me before. Yeah,
I didn't hate Thanos.
You kind of hated what Thanos was going to do, but
I didn't hate him, but
you kind of like, okay.
I told you I will wear a T-shirt that says Thanos was right.
Yeah, I think it was right, but it was understandable. Understandable. But yeah, I did. This was a good bad guy, a really good, well done bad guy. That's one thing that the MCU has been missing out on, was a good bad guy. Hopefully, he isn't gone. But this movie makes all of Rocket's scenes in the previous movies even more impactful. 100%.
You go back and now
100%.
watch those and really understand what he was going through, and then why he was saying what he was saying. And
yeah, I think I told you when we were in the car, when Tony Stark looks over and he's like, "Oh, this whole time I thought you were just a Build-A-Bear," and he goes, "Oh, maybe I am." That hits so much different now, So it's so much different now, Just that one line.
Even the idea that he didn't know he was a raccoon, he really didn't know what he was, and then he saw that raccoons. And, wow, this is what I am.
Yeah,
and then he realized, I need to save everyone. I need to save all these guys. They all matter.
Yeah, that was sad. That's sad. I think all the Guardians movies are top 10 MCU movies for me. Man, I don't know. I would have to put a list together. I do love all three of them, though. Even people hate number 2. I loved number 2. I thought number 2 was really, really good. But
I think I saw it. I told you guys, this is just like all the rest of the Guardians. When the movie comes on, I stop doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to watch
it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. A lot of people don't seem to understand that this is Groot is the old Groot's son. Yeah, and the old Groot actually died. Yeah. That's what they said, that this new Groot is a descendant. It's not the actual same Groot. It's like an offspring.
Yeah, because it grew from him, from the old Groot.
Yeah, which is why he looks different and stuff like that. Somebody made a good point about it, was a real reason why he looks so much thicker is like, it's kind of that whole idea of like, oh, if you love a plant and you talk to it and take care of it and enjoy being around it and stuff like that, it grows bigger. So it's like, oh, this is Groot when he was not as loved, and he's like kind of long and lanky and stringy, and then here's Groot roughly the same age but beefier, thicker, and more healthy looking, so which is kind of an interesting kind of thing. But and Jorge said, even Layla said that the story is actually Rocket's. Yeah, James Gunn had always said that Rocket was the secret main character of the Guardians movies. Yeah, I have to go back and rewatch it now, and I think knowing that, I think you see things differently.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you still know it focuses on the love triangle, so that's why Rocket doesn't get mentioned as much. But yeah, understanding that he's the leader and he's the one that's left, really, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because he's always pulling people out of the jam. He's the one always saving people. Peter might be the person there claiming he does it, but Rocket actually does it.
No, he also causes a lot of jams.
Who, Rocket?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought Man is a Rocket were the standout characters in this one for sure. Both of them. Nebula too. I thought Nebula was really good.
Yeah, I like that too.
I think she had a huge character arc from being a villain to being beloved. She was really good. Yes, James Gunn confirmed that the audience now understands Groot, which I love. I love that. I think that's awesome. And we got Perp. What's up, Perp? So sorry, man. I wanted to be on last night. It just ain't gonna happen on a Sunday night. So, but
after we were just at the Comic-Con in Indianapolis, there's no way Erica wasn't gonna let it happen.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I was tired as hell from all that walking and driving and stuff. So, but yeah, but I watched part of it. There was who was it? Zod, I believe. I like him. I gotta meet up with him to chat with him. And Drew said, "High Evolutionary as a villain was so hateable, and I'm glad that Guardians gave him what he deserved." Very true. Very true. And then the person said, "High Evolution got washed." Yeah. Yep. The Marvels gets close to a bill. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Because I hope so.
It's going to. I don't believe it, but that sounds good.
Yeah, I hope so. was that I'm surprised they got away with them ripping High Evolution's face off, clean off. Who is it? Like the Marvel, or no, like the character
They'll
himself.
show it. They'll show it.
Show it. Well, this one did a lot. I think this is the first F-bomb.
It is. They talked about this.
Yeah,
it'll be the first F-bomb in the MCU movie. Yeah,
and I thought it was done in such a great way, because it's not you used it where you're like,
it's almost
annoyed with somebody.
It was so much.
It's not hateful. Yeah, it's not like arrogant. You're just like, open the fucking doors. Like, how many times have you said that to somebody like throughout your whole life? You know, it's like,
it's totally it's still totally understandable, because he said it, and I didn't even catch it because it was just so much in conversation. I was like, yes, exactly what I was saying. And then I was like, oh yeah, that is the first time they ever say anything like this. Okay.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, as an adult, you hear the F-bomb a lot, but I think when it's put in movies and it's like geared towards somebody, or it's meant to show like a certain emotion, this one was like very annoyed, like you just had to yell at a guy like, get your feet off the couch, and then like a translation issue. So I can see like the level of annoyance being really high, and then this super smart being who can like like has an arm that turns into whatever she wants, like can't open a door from like the 80s. So I thought that was like super well done.
Oh man, it's funny. It reminds me of like people.
We're gonna talk about that soon.
Are here now. People are these millennials, and not millennials. So it'll be more Gen Z that will have no idea how to use a rotary phone or open a door like that. I thought that's what I was thinking the whole time. Like, wow, how many people would have no idea?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of just how it is. Like, you get so far advanced that you're away from the old technology that you forget how to use it. In this case, for her, it's got to be so far beyond like having like a button like that, So yeah, so that was pretty cool. I straight up think that is the best MCU trilogy. Okay, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. 2024 box office: Avatar 3, Captain America, New World Order, Deadpool, Planet of the Apes, Snow White, Lion King prequel, Inside Out, Joker 2. Oh, it's all 2024. Okay. Oh, damn. Yeah.
I don't want to see anything Lion King.
The prequel?
Nope.
Yeah. Toxic Gamer, I'm gonna head out. You guys gotta hit the hay, but cool stream, guys. See you. Bye. You too, Drew. But thanks, Toxic. Appreciate it. Thanks. I know I gotta check out Toxic's his review. I saw he put one up. So make sure you go check out Toxic Gamer. Go over to his channel, give him a sub, check out his channel. And then View Drew, did you guys think about the Adam Warlock in the movie? I'm going to talk about that in a second with some of the bad stuff.
Yeah, I think he didn't like it. I did like Adam Warlock. I thought that it was cool. I didn't, because you take them and kind of make them more humanized. Like, realize that Aisha was just created by the higher evolutionary too. So
yeah, she's just a pawn.
She's just a pawn in this whole game. So like all this stuff was always sitting there around a high evolutionary. You just didn't know it yet. And him start understanding he wasn't born. I mean, he was made, so he has no idea he is a child. Yeah. So I understood that, him being a child, acting like a child. He was annoying as hell. He was annoying as hell. Yeah. But and him actually getting there and starting to
Yeah, it reminded me of really feel old now. The Secret of the Ooze, the Ninja Turtle, second one with what was
Bebop
it?
And Rocksteady, the snapping turtle, and the
it was like oh my god, what were their names? But yeah, it was the bootleg Bebop Rocksteady, but they were like taken out too early, so they weren't fully developed. But they were like super strong babies, So that's what it reminded me of a Razor and something. But I don't remember. Razor and Slash. I don't remember. But that's what it reminded me of. Was Secret of the Ooze when Shredder made those other ones. Oh, and then we got Martin. What's up, Martin? Appreciate you stopping by. Perp, no worries. Yeah, Zod's a great dude. Yeah, man. I was listening to a little bit of what he was saying. I'm like, all right. Like he liked Guardians too. He was saying like he liked it a lot. So I'm like, all right, I like that. I gotta find him on Twitter.
That reminds me. This I gotta tell you about Captain America. I watched the first Avenger.
The first one.
Yeah.
All right. Zach said they gave him the fight back beatdown.
They did.
Oh man, yeah,
they did. Dude, he got wrecked. Oh man.
Zach said facts. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Nebula was solo Bucky easy. That's how she got the arm. But all right. So we're all caught up. So Drew asked the question, what do you guys think of Adam Warlock in the movie? So since we're getting into the bad stuff now, I don't have many.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad where I hated it, but I just felt like underutilized. I feel like
he's going to be used a lot more in future movies.
I hope so.
Introduction.
Yeah.
And they said that he signed a 5-movie deal, so he's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
Ian Poulter, Will Poulter wasn't sitting there trying to do this without getting some knowing that he's long-term commitment from everybody. So he's going to be around for a while, man.
Yeah, I liked it. But like Jorge said, it was the next gen Drax, and that's what I felt like. I'm like, oh, it's another guy who doesn't understand things fully, and I guess he is the replacement Drax. He's strong, not really stupid, but takes things literal and doesn't understand the full scope of things sometimes. That's why I took it as. But I just felt like such a great actor. I don't say great, such a really good actor like Will Porter to just be. I don't know. I feel like he should have more emotion because after the was it Aisha died, his mom, that was it. Like he didn't talk about it. Like I was like I don't know. I feel like there should be something else in it. I just felt like there's parts missing. Like he should have been on the screen maybe a little bit more. But by any means, I didn't hate it. I didn't think it ruined the movie. But that was like one of the bad things, for me. I'm trying to think of some other bad stuff. You got anything?
I didn't like that how it made me feel. How I had to cry. I didn't like that. Not one bit. I was like, come on, crying? Man. Stop it. Floor. Oh my God. Come on. Floor teeth.
Yeah.
Teeth. Oh my God. That was terrible. I was upset.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, I really enjoyed this movie so much. So many things about it. I mean, even Kraglin.
Yeah.
Maybe I thought High Evolutionary would be smarter.
I think he was, but also I think he was ego. Like he's had so much ego that he thought he was a god, So, yeah. Also, he might have had like some issues because then they said like he had to go take his medication at one point.
Well, I mean, he did have a whole way. He seemed like he was drunk. He seemed like he just a douchebag, but he was drunk a lot, so he was dealing with that. And it seemed like the other people around him were actually smarter than him. And they're trying to tell him, like, look, don't do this. Don't go after him. And he's like, I'm going to go kill him anyway. I need him right now. And they're like, you just let him go and all this will still be fine.
Yeah.
We'll be able to keep team to go do this same stuff.
Yeah. But it was his ego. It was like, there's something that I made that's smarter than me. And I can't allow that. Like he tried giving it like a reason, like, oh, I need him so he can help fix my everything going forward, kind of blah, blah, blah. But I was like, no. At the end of the day, it's you can't handle that there's something smarter than you, and especially that you made something that's smarter than you. That's what I think it was, and he just tried justifying it, and everyone else saw through the bullshit. That's how I kind of like took it as, but that happens a lot, man. Like, you try to criticize some of these, big, powerful people, and they lose their damn minds.
Yeah.
In the real world, like there's like at least like 3 or 4 examples I can tell you right now. But I don't want to get people. That's a whole nother conversation. But this happens.
I did enjoy Gamora.
You didn't?
Not as much. I just really didn't enjoy her that much. Not that I thought that she could have had a little bit more screen time. Thought she could have been a little bit more involved. She felt like she was like, it was almost like how we got for Avatar. Like she just became a secondary, like off to the side character. And I wish I would have got a little bit more from her.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked her. I mean, she was always there. She was whenever you saw Peter, you saw Nebula or Gamora. You know, they were just like right there next to each other the whole time.
Not really. I mean, because Peter was there, she was still on the ship with Rocket.
Yeah, that one scene when they hit,
I mean, almost all the time.
Earth.
Yeah, when they're, you know, he was out doing stuff and being, you know, saving stuff, and you know, she was on the ship.
Yeah,
or in the toilet.
That was kind of funny. That was funny. No, I like what they did with her. I don't know what's gonna go with somebody like hers. Like she can just not be in any movie going forward. You know,
she said she's done. She said she's done.
I know she's done, but the character, like she said, she didn't mind somebody playing Gamora.
But she already said,
yeah, I mean, you don't need to. But she said she hopes Gamora lives on through somebody else. Like she already said that. But I don't know if Drax would make more sense why you would see Drax, because if you go to nowhere, you're like, oh hey, there's Professor Drax, like
and it's 5,000 kids,
yeah, so that'll be kind of like interesting with that. But yeah, man, I'm thinking of like stuff I hated. I can't.
There's nothing to hate. I mean, the movie was just
bad,
so well done. I mean, I hated that the movie ended
because it was 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
and it for me, it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. It went pretty quick. Like when you told me like, oh, it's 2.5, I'm like, really? And it flew by.
You don't even realize it. You're like, okay, and that was great.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There we go. One of my few negatives was antagonist screen time. Was it not enough? Because he had a bit of a Frieza color scheme.
Yeah,
the purple. Love Cosmo. What a good dog. that was cute. Good I did dog. Like that.
Don't call me bad dog. Oh my goodness.
She was just so upset about it. That was funny. It's a Frieza complex. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Like, you're just a monkey. How can you beat me? How can you be smarter than me? Yeah, it's exactly what it is, dude. Brian don't like green people. I need voice.
I love green people. I want more. Want more Gamora. Give me more.
Yeah. I really like Gamora and Peter ended things and now understanding Groot so quickly. Yeah, that was kind of cool. Because she understood Groot, and I think it was closure for Peter. Which was cool. But it also leaves it open because I think in the comics, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's a comic fan, I think he marries Kitty Pryde in the comics. Yeah. So
I think you're right.
That would leave it open for he's on Earth at the end, and X-Men's coming pretty soon. I don't know when exactly, but soon enough, I think. So, I mean, I don't know how old, what's his name is going to be by then, or if he would be acting. I think he's getting into politics pretty soon anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, I hope not. I don't want to see that.
I don't see that either, but, he married into the family, so
he did.
Might as well. But I mean, they'll probably recast a lot of these people.
I don't know. The fact that he said Star Wars will be back. Star Lord will be back. I thought that was cool. I think that he will be back.
Yeah,
I think he'll be there. Wherever the next time we see Rocket, we'll see Star Lord. Like they're going through a problem. He can't solve it, and he goes back on Earth, go to Earth, and he recruits Star Lord, and stuff like that.
Or somehow they get sent to Earth, and they're like, "Oh, might as well get Peter involved." She wants someone else to play Gamora if they ever wanted to reunite her and Peter, I guess.
I don't know. I think they left it alone. It's done. It's like when you had a breakup, and I don't need to see you again. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be what do they call it? The incursion. So does she like somehow remember everything? I don't know. That'd be stupid, but you never know. Perp said, I wish the movie was 3 hours. Release the gun cut.
Release the gun cut.
No, it'd just be like more animal experiments. It's like 30 more minutes of that. I don't want it.
Yeah.
You can keep that one. Peter gets a lot of people in the comics. Yeah, he does. He gets with a lot of people in the comics. I know that for sure. But I thought he married Kitty Pryde. But it'll be a variant of Star-Lord. That'd be interesting.
Star-Lord T'Challa. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, man, you look 2 for 1. Bam. There you go. You get that. Or they might just be alluding to him returning in Secret Wars. Oh.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be around in a couple more movies.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be one of those people that make it to Battle World.
Like a little cameo here and there.
I think he's gonna be one of the characters that make it to Battle World. Battle World. Yeah.
Yeah. See, because then they could bring in all the Guardians at that point too. You know, they could bring in, Gamora, calling Nebula and Drax and stuff like that. The one thing I did appreciate, because Dave Bautista said he didn't like being shirtless. He's like, he goes, I'm 50.
I'm 50, bro.
I listen, man, it's done. And then James Gunn's like, cool. Here's a sleeveless shirt. It's like, for me, it's like something so small and minor. It doesn't change a thing except make Dave Bautista more comfortable. So I was like, why not do it? And I'm sure there's other directors and stuff like that, but like, no, Drax is shirtless, like that's how it is, and he's like, cool, here you go.
That's right. So Gamora gets with Nova.
She's with Nova?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Not the younger one, right? Like one of the originals or something like that.
Yeah. So we'll see it soon.
Yeah. So review guys got hit the hay. See you tomorrow, Brian. There you go,
Zach.
Thank you, Zach. Yeah, anybody watching, go check out Zach Tech Reviews. I think he's like 12 away from 500.
Yeah.
So you got to help him get to 500. Go subscribe to his channel. Get him there. Get him to 500. I know he was saying like by the end of the year. So
we're like
before mid-year. Yeah. So yeah, for sure. Go check out Zach Tech Reviews. Says the guy that he used to wrestle. Yeah, right. Be easy, Zach. There you go. Yeah, but I mean that's one of the reasons why he was done wrestling too. He's like tired of getting beat up.
Yeah, I mean, but he was happy. He said saying his goodbye to Drax, saying this is the character that changed his entire life.
Yeah,
without this, I would never become an actor. So Drax changed everyone's view of him and gave him an outlet to get away from wrestling and become something that he has more control over. So yeah. I'm glad he has his opportunity. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely not the younger Nova. That's a teenager. That's what I was saying. But I think that's probably the one they're going to go with in the movie. I'm pretty sure because they're setting up a Young Avengers. And so I can see them needing a fuller roster for that.
We'll see.
So, but you see, maybe I don't know. Maybe he passes it down at the end of the movie or whatever. All right, but we talked about some good. We talked about some bad. We got all of your guys' in chat kind of inputs on it. So let's finish this one off with our ratings of it. Where is it? There we go. Sorry, got to cover up Rocket a little bit. But so here at Spoiler Kings, we keep things nice and easy when we do our ratings. We don't do A, B, or C or 1 through 10. We do a now, later, never. Now means you got to drop what you're doing and go check it out right now. Later means you can wait till it's on streaming and watch it whenever. And never means do not waste any money. Don't kill any brain cells checking this one out. With that being said, what are you giving this one, Brian?
I wish it was a super now. I want to put now with a cable.
Now plus.
Yeah, like you should have already seen it. And if you haven't, shame on you. Go see it now again. Like you need to go see it again. Like I feel like I need to go see it now for the third time. Like, I need to go watch as many times as I can because it's really that good. I feel like it's so enjoyable. So I think I'm probably gonna see it Wednesday, and then I might see it again this weekend because it's nothing else to watch. I mean, so go enjoy it. Let's get this movie, to the numbers it needs to be supposed to get to.
Yeah.
And let's make it be over half $500 million immediately. This is super now, so I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. You should have seen it this past weekend. If not, maybe take a vacation off tomorrow. Go see the movie, then go get some lunch or something like that, because it is a great movie. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite MCU movies now. I'm trying to think. Easily top 10, probably top 5, if not right around there. But it is really good, and I think I enjoy this one the most out of all three. Number one was cool. It's really close to 1, but I would probably edge this over a little bit past 1, just because of the emotional connection you get throughout the movie, and then by the end of the movie, but it was really, really, really good. I was like, and I wasn't sure. We all expected different things, and at the end I was like, yep, that's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. It's not exactly what I exactly. So, but yeah, so good. Definitely go check it out. It is worth it. But and then we'll finish off with box office, obviously worldwide, $289.
$289. Oh, okay.
Right. $289 million. Forgot a few things there.
It's a few zeros. That's okay.
Few zeros. I think I'm looking at Box Office Mojo, and it looks like that's just.
So that was the estimation, and apparently it already passed that estimation.
Yeah, so it was like 30 million, I think, over.
Yeah, so it's probably over 300 million right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to look. It is right now already just after 1 weekend, the 4th highest movie of the year.
Yep.
Super Mario Brothers, obviously number 1. And so Super Mario is 1.1 billion, and then number 2 is Ant-Man Quantumania is at 475. John Wick is at 406, and Guardians after 1 weekend is already number 4. This will be up there.
It's gonna be a huge movie. That's why I said next weekend we're talking about this the second, most profitable movie of this year. By next weekend. So I'm telling you, this is going to do big. Mother's Day weekend is going to be a big weekend for them. It's going to do 980 a bill, something like that, something close.
Yeah. It's going to do well. It's going to do really well. But that, and then the Rotten Tomatoes, I forgot to pull that up. Sorry.
82 by the tomato meter and 95 audience score.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised 82. I don't understand what critics don't like about it.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm a big Dean Richards fan from Chicago, all that stuff. I think he gave it like a B+. I didn't watch his review. I get the text message of his ratings of it, but it's only got 305 reviews from the critics.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting. Like maybe the critics over, superhero movies, but the audience over 5,000, and it's got a 95, over 95. Like that. That's crazy.
All right, so here's a couple of the ones people that didn't like it. Flirts would be interesting, but I checked out after 90-minute mark with nearly an hour to go. Really, I didn't feel that way at all.
Yeah, not at all.
It said when the Guardians get into a big group hug at the end of the film, it's supposed to evoke love and solidarity, but it might be better to be characterized as unity of capital. Determined to offend no one and turn no one's dollar away. So you're upset with it making money.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Whatever.
You're upset it didn't offend people?
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Here's the last one. With 2 villains instead of 1, an endless succession of rescues and more endings than Star Lord than the Lord of the Rings. Volume 3 is the same bloated 2.5 hour Leviathan as every other Marvel movie these days. That's just a Marvel hater.
Yeah, that's just a hater at that point. Yeah.
But everyone else is pretty much saying it's good. But yeah, that's haters.
Yeah. Well, I see the 9% of this was situational emotion, and I didn't connect. It became a formula of several fighting encounters, too many new characters, and the high evolutionary villain screaming every line until there was no more scenery to chew. Space Adrian. He did scream a lot, but it was also, I thought it was the evolution of his madness.
Yeah, he was becoming more and more crazy because of what was going on.
Because he didn't do that the entire time. Like, this person's like, oh, too many times where he's screaming every line. I was like, that's the opposite. He was very cool, calm, and collective. And then as he started like losing control of everything, he started becoming more crazy.
Yep.
It's this mad, So that's what I took it as, but obviously not everybody. But yeah, good movie. But highly, highly recommend it. Yeah. Please go see it. But I think that's it for this one.
Yeah.
Something that I like, the tonal whiplash from dark to comedic stuff. Personally, I love stuff like that. It's always been there, I think, but I think we definitely like leaned into it a lot more.
Yeah.
But I think it was always kind of dark. I mean, and he's been setting it up. He's been setting it up for a while. He goes, no, we don't talk about that. In the first Guardians, you see him, take off his shirt and you see all the things, and Peter kind of takes a look like, oh shit, he's been through some stuff, So it's been hinted at, and now we get the story, and you can't be surprised that it's super messed up, because but
you wouldn't get the scars if that wasn't the case.
Yeah, exactly. Superhero fatigue, but I think if anything, this movie shows that it's not superhero fatigue. It's
you need to have good stories. Yeah, you have to have good stories. That's just what it is.
Yeah, fun, good stories. But I think that's it for our review. So if you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna talk about one more thing for the night. If you're watching our replay, thank you, appreciate it. I know we kind of talked about this one a lot. We liked it. Thank you for everyone in chat. And if you want to be in chat, part of the show, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're live every Monday and Thursday. So if you want to be part of the show, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us live, and tell us your thoughts live. If not, leave a comment. We love talking to you guys down there. We're also going to start announcing the giveaways for our 1,000 subscriber contest coming out soon as we hit that. But we're going to have a couple prizes for a couple different people when we start doing that. So make sure you're part of the Spoiler Kings channel. And I think that's it from us. Any last words, Brian?
Nope. This is a great movie. I can't wait to talk even more about it when I go see it again on Wednesday.
And cry some more.
Exactly.
This time you're prepared. You're gonna bring some little bag of tissues.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right. But appreciate you guys. We will see you guys in the next video. And if you're live, stick around. We're gonna talk about some more stuff.